right, here we go. We'll try this again. Put this on play. There we go. Okay. Oh, I see a hair on the lens. There we go. All right, everybody. We're trying another moon picture. So you can see here, I've masked out another moon in masking tape. This one a lot better. And I've masked out where the horizon line is going to be. This is going to be a waterfall. But this, unlike the other one, is going to be a pure waterfall. Let me turn this down. I have some background music, but I'll turn it down a little bit, just so it's not too loud over me talking. But I have no idea what I'm doing here. I did not plan this out at all. So what I have to do first is sky background colors. Whatever's going to be the transparent background there, which I've been kind of going back and forth on, but let's see what I'm going to need here. I'm not going to do purple again because I did purple on the last one. I may use the same or a similar color for the moon. I haven't decided that quite yet. But I think what I want to do for the sky is go... I might want to go with a red instead of purple. No, not bright red, that's opaque. So something like some of these reds. Like a red sky, maybe. That'd make more sense with a red moon, I think. So, let's see. This is transparent permanent rose. Interesting. Huh. Okay. No, not brown pink. We're going to leave that. Okay, that's a little too low now. Hold on. There we go. Better. Okay. And then maybe do greens. Transparent greens for the bottom. The only thing I cannot remember... Well, I must have used... I used brown pink, I think, for the moon in the last one. I'm pretty sure. I think. Let's see what that looks... maybe not. What was it? What did I use on the last one? It was a bright color. But it was an opaque, wasn't it? It wasn't bright red. I have a lot of opaque blues. A lot of opaque blues. Which might go good... Well, you know what? Now I'm rethinking this. I had a lot of opaque greens and blues. Maybe that might be better for the sky color. Because if I want to do clouds, I wonder if I should do green up here and red down here for the mist. Might be interesting. I'm trying to remember what colors I used on the other one. What color did I use? God, I think I almost have to look at the... I almost have to look at the YouTube video. But I want to say I used brown pink. I'm almost sure of it. Let me see this. I'll know in a second if I see it. That's all. Yeah, that's got to be what I used. Let me see this. Hold on a minute. Just... No, I don't think so. That's a brown. I don't think I used that. What did I use? What did I use for the moon? Was it the Quindra red? Maybe. Let me see. Oh, that's it. This was the moon. This is what I used for the moon last time. Okay, so I don't want to reuse the same one, but it's a transparent. Okay. So, maybe I'll use this semi-transparent red. This is a very bright red, though. Or do I want to use... Or do I want a purple moon? Maybe I'll do a purple moon this time. With maybe this on the bottom. Let me see what this looks like. Ooh, that's a very bright color. Okay, hold on. This is very purple, though. Actually, that might work. Let me see. Yeah, that's a darker purple, so maybe I need to do... Yeah, see that? Oh, you can't really see that. See those? That's this purple and primary magenta there. That might work. That could work. Sorry, I realized I was holding it over there. You can't see it. That could work. Phthalo green is a transparent. Okay, let me think about this. Probably should have worked this out before I started recording. Maybe not. Maybe not. Interesting. Phthalo gray, or Payne's gray. So if I do that in blues, in turquoises, you know what? Well, but this is opaque. But the blues and this might be a good contrast color. And then I could do this in reds blues and reds. Unless I do blues and greens. If I split this up into blues and greens. Transparent, that's transparent green. Hold on here. Problem is I only have one good transparent turquoise like color. Unless I go phthalo blue, which is transparent with this green for the bottom. But then it's like it's all one color. And I don't want to have it all one color. That's where I feel like if I do green for the sky, and then I could go more blue for the... Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe I need relational color. God, this would be such a weird color to use for the moon, but it's opaque, and I think it would be too heavy. I think it would be way, way, way too heavy to use this color. I could use oranges, too, for the moon. Hold on, I'm thinking. I'm also going to just get paralyzed by having too many options. That's a problem. What is this color? What is this color? Hold on. What is this permanent rose color? Let me see. Ooh, that's a pretty bright red, too. Interesting. Let me see. What is that? Well, that's kind of a purpley color. That might work. I don't know. We'll keep that in the mix. Okay. All right. Well, the hell with it. We got to do something here. So, we're gonna go with this for the sky. Yeah, we're gonna go with this. So we're gonna go with this for the overall and this for the corners for the darker area. So let's get into this, because I'm just standing here doing nothing. So planning's good, but you know what? You can plan forever and not get anything done. So we ain't doing that. Let's get our big 2-inch. Just remember, this is the color we're dealing with right now, phthalo turquoise. Now I let these colors, ooh, that's a nice color. I let these colors sit overnight inside where there's heat so that they won't be as stiff as last time, and they're already better. I don't know if you remember the last time, but how much stiff that paint was, which killed my friggin' arm and hand for the next almost a week because the colors were just so firm, they couldn't do anything. So, not making that mistake again. I'm going to use a lot of color in here. That's the other thing. I feel like I didn't use enough color last time. Also a mistake I don't want to make. So we'll just go in nice broad circles, work it in. This is going to go all over. So, just work that around. Yeah, I'm going to need a lot more paint than that. Let's get more on there. I always kind of go light on paint, I'll admit, because I don't like wasting it. So I have a tendency to go light on putting color on the, what do they call it? Paint palette, right? Paint palette, yeah, that's what this thing's called. So I go light on it because I don't like wasting paint. And there's been a couple times at least where I feel like I've really wasted paint, which is bad for two reasons. One, this paint ain't cheap, but two, it's also just bad to waste it. So I'm getting a little bit better at going low and then, you know, just adding more as I go. So I put a lot more tape on the horizon this time because, there we go, need a better grip on the brush. That way I don't have to worry so much if I come into it. One strip of masking tape is too little. So also trying to avoid that. And I'm not going to mind going heavy because I feel like sometimes I don't put enough of this stuff on. So I'm going to go overboard on it because I really don't mind having a lot of color, especially when it's transparent, you know. It's okay. Better to have too much than too little, especially when I can always come in and punch on it with white. All right, let's get more in here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, mix that in. Move that around. It's definitely performing better than the last time. I mean, it's still a little stiffer than if it was, say, summer, but it's not as bad as it was last time where I really felt like I was fighting with it to get it to go on. So let's make sure we get the edges. Let's do a little bit more on those edges. All right, a little bit more for here. There we go. All right, let's see where we are. Do the old check here. Yep. 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 Hold on. Oh yeah, there it is. I do actually, have to put a little bit of force to get it to come up. Yeah, not much there. Good there. Good there. Good there. Hold on. Oh yeah, now we're okay. The only place there was some missing there. Let's just punch a little more in there. Okay, just really drive that in. Go around the edge of the moon here. Okay. Right, so that is our overall, and we'll use some Viridian here for the outer edges to like vignette it a bit. So let's punch a little of that. Okay. And I'm not even gonna clean the brush, really no reason to. It's fine if it gets some of that other color, it'll be okay. So we're just gonna do this, really wind it into that corner, and then kind of just let it fade out and not worry too much about going anywhere else. Just kind of do that. Okay, and then the same thing on the other corner. Go really heavy right here. Wind it in, and then bring it out. Yeah, okay. All right. There we go. Little across the top there. And that should give us our edge. Let's just check. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. All right. So that's going to do that. And then, sorry. That's phthalo green. We're okay on phthalo green. So that's going to be the top portion. I already checked the bottom, right? Yeah, I did. Although, maybe I'll do a little bit more down there. Just to make sure I'm covered here. And that's going to be a little bit of a mix of a color. That's okay. Just making sure I don't have anything missing here since I've got the brush. It's already got the color on it. Let's just give this a nice once over one more time. Kind of radiate out from here. There we go. Okay. So now I got to do the bottom color. And I'm going to take off all the tape but one. So that's that. And that popped that. See that? It actually worked out really well. Okay. That'll get tossed. Forgot about that one piece of tape. That's okay though, because I can mix it in there. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have taken that off. Because I got to do the white. Hold on. Let me grab tape. Wasn't thinking about I have to put the white in. So I leave this on. Completely forgot my plan here. Sorry, everybody. Not that it really matters. I'm just putting tape back on. Not anything that devastating. It's not that exciting. It only takes a second. Okay. All right. Just leave the tape there in case I make another bozo mistake. Hold on a second. Yeah, that way I can do the white coloring, or the light color, without worrying about hitting into this. Then when I take this off, I'll do the bottom color. Let's do one more. I want to give myself a real nice big safety net here, because I know how I paint. Oh, jeez. I don't know if that's going to be long enough. Nope. Ah, masking tape. Works for me as much as against me a lot of the time. Or I should say, works against me as much as for me a lot of the time. By the way, if you're at all curious about the background music, which does now seem too loud again, it's from an album called Soul the Machine, which is a tribute album to, I believe, the inventor of the ARP synthesizer, Alan Perlman. There we go. Turned it down. Okay. All right. I'm going to clean this brush. Let's put that right there. Okay. Let's clean this brush off, because I don't know if I'll need it again. Ooh, look at that color. That's a nice turquoise color. I do enjoy a good turquoise teal color. I truly do. It's a beautiful color. I have to get some more shades of... I guess I need more shades of, like, purple. I feel like I don't have enough purple to do anything. I mean, I could always mix colors, but still, I feel like I'm kind of lighting the transparent department. Okay. Got most of it off. Let's see here. Oh, no. Actually, there's still some on there. Still too much color coming off of that. Let me wind that through again. I must have missed a spot of it. Sometimes there can be these little clumps of paint. They're easy to miss. Okay. Oh yeah, that's clear. Okay, that should be good. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that's good. Quick dry off right there. Okay, so now we need, I'm going to put these over here so I remember what I used. So just in case you're curious, phthalo turquoise and viridian transparents. Okay. Now, for the sky, I'm going to need white. Are we going to need white? No. Let's not start with white. Let's not start with white. Let's go. Let me see what these colors look like. Let me just get a look. That's a bright turquoise. That's not bad, though. Maybe I just need to mix it with something dark. Like a Prussian blue, maybe. Yeah, maybe if I do turquoise and a little bit of Prussian blue. Phthalo blue. No, we don't need phthalo. Maybe I'm going to mix these two and see what I get. So let's put some of this here. Yeah, that's pretty bright. So at the very least, I got to mix some of this in. Come on, Cap. Work with me, buddy. Okay, pal, you're going to have to go back on. I don't know what you think you're doing. You're going back on. And a little bit of this Prussian blue. Just to darken that out. So that's probably a... what, 70-30 mix or so? Prussian and turquoise, there you go. Let's keep those right there together. Like that. Let me grab my knife. Let's see what this looks like. Oh yeah, that's probably good. Okay. Yep. We'll try that. We'll try that out and we'll see what we get. It's a nice blue. Okay, hold on a minute. Let me put this here, just so it's out of the way. Okay. Let's grab... no, I need this 1 inch, right? Yeah. 1 inch landscape. There's 1 inch landscape and there's 1 inch oval. You know what? Let's do the oval. Let's use the oval. Let's try this. Okay, let's just get some of this on here and see what we look. We'll see. This is how we're going to find out, everybody. Okay, yeah. Yeah. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so... I don't know if you can see that really well, sorry. So basically, this is going to be like the background of it. So we're going to have this coming around like that. Okay. Let's see, this will come a little bit more like this, and this will come in and it will come out and come back in, and then we'll have that come off, and then we'll have some come from here on the bottom. Yeah, and this is just background cloud. So this is just going to be the kind of darker cloud color, and then I'm going to come into it with white and something, but this is just the kind of starting point, just to give this a nice background color. This blue, see that? So this isn't really meant to be, you're not going to see this that much. It's going to get covered up with white. It's going to be reflecting the moon's color. But this is just the starting point. Just fade that in. Okay, let's get a little more on the brush here. Just to punch it. Okay, let's get that. Oh, yeah. That's good. Fade that in there. And I can come up here. And I don't mind if those two meet. That's okay. Okay, hold on. It's a little hard to see it. I'm trying to make sure. That's going right up against that, so I gotta be careful here. Okay. You may hear our neighbor's dog howling. It's, I can't remember what the howling dogs are. The breed is. I can't remember now. I should know, but I can't remember. Okay. Let's move that. Oh, sorry. There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put more color in there, but it's doing what I want it to. It's just like I said, just kind of ringing it with clouds and just gently moving it in. Just getting that color in there. And then, yeah, just slowly. I gotta work more in down there. There will be more color down there, don't worry. This is just as I'm starting out. Yeah, see, it's just kind of giving it a nice, I don't know, vignette-y thing. Yeah, there we go. Get more color there. Yep. Definitely. That's why I want that tape there, so I don't have to worry about. See, I would have gone right into that. That's why the tape's there, because I do not have enough fine motor control to not do that. Okay. And then the waterfall's going to be pretty much centered. Whatever the color is, I'll then put into there, but that's all coming later. Okay, so there's our primary. Now what I might do, is want to punch a little more of this in here. Have some heavy color here. And there's going to be a mist on the bottom. But I think I'm going to go more of a pure blue with that one, a brighter blue. Okay, let's see here. Do a little of that. A little of this. And I want to punch a different color in too before I hit it with white. That's okay. That's a good starting color. So now I want something a little bit more vibrant in it. Let's go with... Boy, I'm so tempted to try this, but I don't know if it's a good idea. This could be a really, really bad way to go. I mean, it might give it an interesting color, but it could also be disastrous looking. You know what? Let's try this. No guts, no glory, right? All right, here we go. Cad green. Just a little. All right, just a touch of that. Right? Now let's see if I mix that in. What does it look like? Ooh, that's a color. Oh boy. Ooh, this may be really stupid. Oh no, that's not bad. You know what? As a little punctuating color? No, I'm okay with that. Hold on. That's not bad. Geez, I might not have enough of it. That's interesting. It's not bad. That's not bad. Blend it. Let's see what it comes into. Just as kind of a offset. It's not bad. Yeah, I can live with that. Gives it a little bit of a weird... I don't actually know what to describe that as. But I don't hate it. It's different. I don't know what exactly I thought it would look like, but... I thought the thing I was afraid of was it was going to be really bright, but luckily it's not. That's okay. Yeah, see, it's just giving a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of difference in there, not just all one color. And then I may come over this with another kind of turquoisey color to unify it, but it does give it some color in there. Yeah, I think what I'll do is come over it with like a blue, and then I'll start doing the edges in like a white with turquoise maybe phthalo and white might be good. Okay, yep, so say we've got some brighter spots in there, just a little bit of mixing of color. Yeah, just feather that in. Just make sure I don't have any really rough spots in here. Make sure I'm covering everything. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, all right. Now, Now I need a color to unify all this. Something that's going to go over it. Let me think. Not cerulean. Oxide green. It's too light. Phthalo green. No, not phthalo green. Not phthalo green and not... Well, you know what? Actually, maybe a little bit of the turquoise, but with what? Maybe just a bit... How about this cerulean blue? Let's see what this looks like. And I'm just going to mix these all in the same place. I don't really see a point in... Just a little bit of that cerulean, just a bit, right? Just a little. Okay, and then some more of the phthalo. Actually, maybe a lot more of the phthalo just to give it... I want that to mix. Let's see what that looks like. Let's see. Just going to mix them in the brush. Not worry about it too much. Oof. That is kind of a dark color, but you know what? It might work. It might work. I don't know. Is it too dark? I don't know if you're going to be able to see what that is. Oh, you know what? Actually, hold on. It's mixing kind of good. Hold on. Let's see. Just do a little bit here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you can really see it. Nah, it's just blending in. It doesn't have enough pop in it. Okay. That was the phthalo turquoise. So what I probably need is like a... Maybe a little... let me look at cerulean blue. Let me see what that looks like. No, that's a bright blue. It's a pretty light blue. Maybe. Well, let's use the same... We could use the same knife. Doesn't matter. Let's see. Let's see what that does. Ooh, you know what? Oh, that's a nice turquoise right there. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Okay, yeah, I'm digging that. Hold on, that's good. I don't know if I have quite enough, but let's see. Hold on. Let me try this. I just don't know if it's going to be bright enough to show. Let's see. It's not really, but you know what? I think you'll be able to see it once it's there. I think it's going to work. It's just, it's a close shade to what's already there, but it's kind of, it's not bad. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Yeah, see? Oh, sorry. Now you can see it. See, it's not a drastic difference, but I think it is giving a nice little bit of a mix there. Oh, yeah, you can kind of see it. You can see it. It's just, it's not popping off the screen, off the canvas screen. It tells you how addicted to screens we all are. It's not popping off the canvas, but it's a good color. So I just mix it in. Try not to overpower everything else, but let it kind of sit in between. Yeah, all right. It's not bad. I think that's better than the other color I had, that's for sure. And I'm going to be coming in here with a white. So I might do like a white mix of this for the edges. Go in there just a bit. Okay, and that go across. A little bit there. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Let me just kind of edge these out a little bit. Just get that little bit of a... Wow, it's really interesting, that blue. All right, so let's wash this. Yep. There, you see it. I think you can see it pretty good like that. Now we gotta go in with the bright colors, with the white and something. We'll see. I'm gonna try to create like a light turquoise, or maybe a light blue. I don't know, I'm going back and forth. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. We'll see what we're gonna do here. Okay, get the paint off the brush. Alright. I may need to use the same brush too. Okay. Let's see here. Brush, try that a little bit. Oh, I could use the other brush. I actually have I have another oval brush. I have two of almost every brush. But I might use... All right, now let me think about how I want to do this. So what I need is a white. I need a little bit of white. Titanium white. Let's break that out. And we're going to try to mix a nice light turquoise color here. And we'll see how it goes. So what did I use for this? I used a little bit of phthalo in here. Well, you know what? I'm just going to go with... Let's go with the regular turquoise. I don't want it to be transparent. I want it to be an opaque color. So just dump that in here. It doesn't really matter. Okay, let's grab this white bit of it. Ooh, yeah, there it is. Yep. Yep. That's interesting. Okay. Hold on, let me get this nice and mixed. That's what it looks like, just so you can see it. I don't know how well that really showed up, but so sorry. I'm just trying to pull in all the pieces of the paint that I've mixed so far into this. I'll hold up the thing in a minute. That'd be easier to see. Hold on. Oh man, that's a bold color. It's a bold color, but that's what I'm looking for. All right, let me use this tape as a place to rest this on, just to keep this propped up. There we go. So that's the color we're going with. Okay, and this is going to be for the edges that are near the moon. So, okay, here we go. Okay. Oh yeah. See, and we're just going to scatter this on the outer edge, and this will be kind of reflecting the edges of the clouds that the moon is lighting up. Let's see here. All right. All right. Okay. Got all that in there. All right. All right. Yeah. See that? That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. A little bit of a bright edge, because the moon would illuminate it. So, yeah. And then I'm going to put a little bit of, probably a little bit more white in it, and then use the fan brush to do some sharp edges on it. But that's good. That's what I was looking for. See, it's giving that kind of nice inner color. Or sorry, outer color, that inner like glow. And that's why I'm using a different brush. I don't want to overpower it, so I use the clean oval brush just to blend it in. And that way it's not too strong. And then I'm going to take the tape off of the moon in a minute. And then I'll put some of the clouds into that. Very similar to the last painting, except this one's not going to have a castle element to it. This is purely just the moon and the waterfall. But yeah, that's it. Let me blend that a little more. Just want to make this very, very, very blended. Some people don't like to do a lot of blending on the clouds. They like them, well, I mean, it will have sharp edges, but I'm going to use the fan brush. But for these parts, I like to blend it a lot. I want it to be pretty, you know, pretty ghostly almost, where the edges are. I don't like you to see the really hard edges. And I know some people think there should be hard edges, and that's contrast and depth, and that's fine. For me, I like it all to look kind of mixed in and, you know, blended together. I wonder if I should do a darker color for the inside. That might not be the worst idea. Like black and this mixed together. Let me put this in the... Let me think. Almost like the same color, but with black mixed in to do on the inside, like a dark blue, but I don't know if it'll be too dark. Might be worth trying though. So let's stick with the same color. We're going to stick with turquoise, I think. Yeah, cerulean blue is too blue. I don't want to go that blue with this. So let's go with the turquoise, but we're going to mix in black with this one. So we'll do a lot of turquoise, because black is strong, very strong. So I don't want to overpower the color. I need just a tiny bit of black. That's probably, that might be too much. That might be too much. Black is a hardcore color to try not to let it destroy whatever you're putting it into, because it can go really... All right, that's not bad. That's okay. I mean, it's dark blue, which is what I want, but I didn't want it to be... I need you to be able to see it, you know what I mean? Like, I want it to be visible. I wonder if I should put a little green into this. I wonder. Because that's a very, very dark turquoise right now. Which is not bad, but it might be good to give it a pop. But it's going... I don't know. I might just use this very, very lightly. Show you what it looks like. So you see? See that? Oh, sorry. See that? You can see the comparison there. But I'm not going to change the color on the brush. I think I'll just use the same brush and just dip it into it. And this is just going to be in kind of corner. Oh my God. Maybe I should have cleaned the brush. Maybe I should have gone darker. Jeez. Well, you know what? Whew, okay. Boy, that's very bright. That is way brighter than I thought it would be. Way brighter. So what I got to do is sprinkle that in. You know what? Okay. I know what I'm doing here. I'm just going to use it down here because that's a lot brighter than I thought it was going to be. Or not, brighter is the wrong word, but it's stronger. So instead of doing it at the top, I'm just going to do it at the bottom. I'll just do it at the bottom because I did not think it was going to be that bright. Or not bright. I didn't think it was going to be that strong. But that's all right. Oh, hi, Halo. Halo, be careful. I don't want to get paint in your face. Gotta be careful because I don't know if you could see it. You probably couldn't see it on the camera, but the dog, our neighbor's dog, is right there, and I don't want to get paint in her face. Or his face. I think it's a boy. I don't want to get paint in his face. I don't like getting paint in doggies' faces. That's no good. Okay, this isn't bad. This is okay. I mean, I did not think it was going to be that bright, but that's okay. We'll just blend it in. Strong. I didn't think it was going to be that powerful of a color. I was going for darker, not lighter. But since it's in the corners down where the water is going to be, I don't mind it. It's not... Didn't ruin anything. Just, it's a, point of differentiation. Actually, it's fine. It works out, but I'm going to leave those top corners alone. I'm going to leave the top corners alone. Okay, so, all right, good. I was going to say, don't hang around, doggy. I don't want to get this paint in your face. Okay, good. He went away. The only problem is this fence has a lot of holes in it, so I got to be careful. Oh, he's not there. Okay. Let's paint off really quick. Just in case he comes back. Okay, we're good. We're good. Just being careful. Okay, now. Oh, I gotta wash this brush too. I gotta wash the 1 inch because I'm done with that, I think. So now we're gonna get the moon out. And then what color did I pick for the moon? Did I pick a color for the moon? Oh, I think I said the magenta and the maybe permanent rose. Is that what I said? You know what? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out together in a minute. Okay. All right. Let's see. Dry that off. Okay. Now. Okay. I'm done with this, right? I'm done with anything that can't get in the moon. So now we're gonna start unveiling the moon. Let's get that moon out. Yeah, there we go. I don't actually know what the center piece of tape is, to be honest. I don't know. Probably should put like, oh, there we go. Oh, nice, okay. Well, that, I didn't know that was gonna happen, but I'm okay with it. Does make it a little easier. Oh, good. All right, that's most of it. Okay. I guess this will come off, but at least we're in the white part, so I'm not worried about it. Come on. All right, well, that's a pretty good, not the best, it's not a perfect circle, but I can fix that with a paint pen later. All right, so we have our moon, all right, which you immediately see how that changes the whole thing. Now we're going to come in with, I think I'm going to do more white into, I think I'll take the rest of this white and put it into that color to really pop. I don't think I want to do specifically just white. I think just plain white is going to be too bright of a color. But if I just scoop the rest of this white, put it in there, and brighten this up a little bit, that should do it. I don't want it to be a pure white. Although it might need to be lighter than that. I don't know. You know what? I think I need more white. I don't mind if it's closer to white, but I don't want it to be just white. Okay, there we go. Just a little more, because white, I mean, just like black, white can overpower something really quick too. And become too... Although I really don't think it's going to be a problem with this color. Because I do want it to be pretty light. And I may do white accents on it, we'll see. We'll just have to play it and see how it goes. Alright, let me just mix this really well. Got a little too close to the finger hole on the palette though. Not on purpose. Yeah, that's good. Okay, damn, I did it again. Try to stay away from that. Okay. Oh, hold on a minute. I just smeared a dark color into it. Hold on. Just do a little bit on the handle, or on the blade. There we go, that's better. Yeah, now we're good. Okay. See? So we're going to use that as the accent color, but we'll do that with a fan brush. Okay. Alright. Okay. Actually, I really don't need to pick this thing up. This is pretty easy. So let's load the brush up a little bit. Let's load the brush up a little bit. Yeah, that's proper English, isn't it? There we go, yeah. Saying this is going to be, here's your harsh edges. Just like with the other one, just coming in. Do a little bit of that. And that can stretch a little bit into the moon. Just a bit. It's going to get overpowered by the red that's going to be in there anyway, so we'll do the red in a minute. So I don't want to go too far into it yet. We can do a little bit of it. And it'll sit on the edges of all this. Right. Ooh, got a little bit of a breeze coming through. That's nice. I don't know what the temperature is right now, but I'd imagine it's around 50. Which is not bad for me. I am okay with this. Round these a little bit more. Okay, a little more color. And this is just kind of, I don't know if you could see it real easily, but I'm just kind of making circles with the brush. This is not particularly, you know, advanced what I'm doing. I'm just making little circles, just punching those colors in, you know, however you want. Nothing really specific about this, just how I like my clouds to look. Okay, you can just do little accent pieces where the light's catching inside. Don't have to be anything too, like I said, nothing too specific. Just put little things where there might be some light catching inside the cloud, just to give it a little bit of differentiation, just a bit. And, you know, it can blend all that out too. If you don't like it, just blend it. It'll be fine. This should be a little bit, yeah, like that. Okay, now. All right, here we go. Okay. So what did we decide here? I think I'm going to go with primary magenta. I think. I could do cat now. I don't... Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to use primary. Let me look at this color. You know what, though? That's a strong color. But the thing is, it was a strong color the last time, and it worked really well. So we're going to do the same thing, and I know I used the... I definitely used the white handle brush, so I used the landscape. All right, here we go, everybody. Let's see what this looks like. So what did I do? I did it like this. I kind of just punched it around. Yeah, and we'll do the same basic idea here, where I'm just gonna start laying this in like that. And again, we're gonna do a nice strong color here to kind of just give that moonscape effect. But we're going to do another color on the bottom, which I did not do in the last one. The last one I really went light on the bottom. I'm not going to do that this time. But I did do this. I remember doing that. Kind of round the edge out a little bit. Just nice and easy. You don't want to break that edge too much. Like that. Not that you really see it all that much, but still, I'm just trying to keep it where the moon's got like a ring around it. Okay. And we're just gonna, because you know, the moon has a very pocked surface, so you want to replicate that kind of roughness. So you really almost can't mess this up. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can mess anything up, and you can, but that's good. Just don't want to leave too much of a hard edge anywhere. So do this. Okay, now. So before, on the other one, I didn't really do much of a color down here, but this time I'm going to. But I'm going to go darker. So that was primary magenta. Let's use India red. Is it red, though? See, it's more of a brown. I don't quite want to go brown with it. Bright red. Oh, that's an interesting idea. Because bright red might be too... That might be too much. That might be too... Let's use this one. What's this? Naphthol red. Whoa! That is a very interesting color. I don't know if that's going to go with that color, though. Let's see. What's Periline red or whatever. Let's see what that looks like. Ooh, that might work. That's transparent. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's see. We'll just keep the same brush. Ooh, that's a nice color. Okay. All right. Let's do the same thing. So we're just going to dip through here, come up, follow this up, do some splotching here and there. And then we'll just start brushing it out. We'll try to get these to sort of mix together. I mean, they may not mix perfectly, but we'll just kind of blend these in. Same thing, we're going to just kind of try to see, just mix these just a little. Bring that up into there. Okay, now splotch this in. Yeah, okay. Wow, that's a hell of a red. That's an interesting color. I mean, I could have mixed these, but you know what? I don't mind the contrast. That's okay. It's actually good. That's what you kind of want, is these almost, not to have them fighting, but a little color competition isn't bad. There's that nice bottom end to it. Just bring that up. See, I'm just kind of scrubbing that up to bring it into this purple and try to get these to blend a little bit. Not perfectly. I don't need them to be one color, but just kind of do this. Some spots in there, so it's almost like there's a gradient happening. Wow, that's a weird color. It's a weird set of colors, to be honest. See, now I'm blending the whole thing like this. Just kind of bring that edge in. Now I could go over all of this with a really light color. It'd be interesting, but I don't know if it would really work. Okay, come on, soften those edges a little bit. Soften them out. Don't want any heaviness here. A little bit of kind of depth isn't bad. Okay, you can see that, right? Yeah, you can see it. And then take the same brush up in here and see that? See, that kind of mixes those a little bit. And that midpoint, do the same thing here. Just kind of bring that in. Let's brush those out a little bit. Man, that is a really interesting set of colors for a moon. Soften this a little more than I have it. Oh yeah, that's okay. There we go. Got a little bit of mixing happening there. Mix that a little bit. Just soften those edges. Just keep doing this. Just work that in. Okay. All right. Make sure I got that edge nice here. work on that a little bit. Just keep rounding that out. There we go. So I got that the white ring on it, but it's not too white. And just do that. Kind of bring that all in really lightly. Oh, sorry. Wow, that is a striking moon. That is really interesting. Okay, now I'm going to start bringing this color a little bit in. All right, so let's put this into the cleaner. So let's start with the white. Actually, hold on. Yeah, okay. So let's go into this color here. The light turquoise, or whatever I'm calling that. And we'll just do a little bit of that coming in here. It's okay if it mixes a bit. So you just want a little bit of an indication of it. Yeah. Right? Okay. A little bit more of here. Let's bring that. And bring that in there just a bit. Just a little. I don't want to do too much. Not too much. Okay, hold on. A little bit in here. Have that come in. And luckily it didn't pick up much of the red, so we're okay there. We're good. I'm going to soften that out. But see, just a little. Just a little. It doesn't have to be a lot. Maybe I'll do one. Just one floating on its own right here. Just to kind of do a little bit of that on it. Just a bit. Not much, though. Again, I don't want to go too crazy with this. I don't mind the moon being by itself, but that's good. Maybe a little bit. Maybe one. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do a little bit of this. Just a little bit of this kind of. Yeah, just a little of that. Simple stuff. Doesn't have to be heavy. Just little streaks of color. Yeah. Just because I don't want to pick too much of that red up. I don't want to risk getting too much of the red in. Or have it mix too much, but just a bit is not bad. Just have that come like that. There we are. Just a little across there. Maybe one inside. Just a quick one right there. Yeah. That's enough. I don't want to go too far on that. Okay, so now I'm going to wash this. And that. Hold on. Dogs in this neighborhood like to bark at each other quite loudly. My dog doesn't do that, though. My dog is very calm and relaxed. Because we trained her to be that way. Okay. Beat that brush off. Okay. Clean that. All right. Now let's take this brush and we'll just clean that. And then we're going to blend some of those interiors out. So let's clean this pretty good. I might use a clean brush instead of this one. Let this dry a little bit. Just to be on the safe side. Because if you get paint thinner into paint, not great. Not great. So let's use a clean one. Okay, let's go with... This one should work. Hold on, just looking. Yeah, this is fine. This will be fine. And this is just a little bit of blending. A little bit. Just a little blending on the underside of this stuff. But we're not going to get rid of the hard edges. We're just softening the bottom a little bit. Yeah, see? Just a little, not much. Doesn't have to be very much at all. Don't have to do this at all if you don't want it, really. You could just leave the hard edges. Some people do. I've done it before. But on this one, I kind of want a little bit of blending on the interior of this. Leave the hard outer edges, but yeah, just like that. Yeah, just do that. Okay. Just a little bit on there. Not much. Not much. Okay. And that one's kind of like almost a ribbon. I don't know what quite that's going to end up looking like in the end. We'll see. kind of a weird cloud, really, the way it ended up working out. See, just a little bit. There we are. Okay. But not losing the hard edges, just kind of bringing the little bit of softness on the bottom. All right. Yeah, okay. That almost makes it seem like there's like this shroud of blue and like a black background, which is good. Okay, let's clean this one off. It's getting there. It's something. I don't quite know what I envisioned for it, but I like it so far. It's got some interesting colors in it, really. I'm being very lucky with my weird moon color choices not being awful. Yet. Don't worry. There's always time. But, okay. Let's try that. Alright. Now I can take all but one of these off. One. That's okay. Alright. Now, ball that up. Now I gotta do the bottom. So, for the bottom, I need the big brush again. And I have to decide what colors I'm using for the bottom. And that's going to be the other. Let's grab this. Leave that like that for the moment. Let's grab this one. This one. What do I want the bottom to be? Maybe more of a pure green. Like a phthalo, maybe. Phthalo and Payne's Gray, something like that for this part, which is really just going to be a waterfall. A lot of water and some mist on the bottom. And then with the paint pen, I'm going to put in like stone. But that's going to be on acrylic. It's going to be separate. So it's going to be, you know, a lot of waterfall, pretty much the whole thing waterfall here. And then mist. So what you're going to see, the mist is where this is going to come in. Like this stuff. So I wonder, maybe a mix of these two wouldn't be bad. Like a Payne's Gray. Hold on, I'm looking. I don't think I want to go red. I think I want to keep it in the green space. Yeah. All right, so let's do phthalo green. Good amount of that. And we'll do a little bit of the Payne's Gray here. Keep it in that same general color family, or whatever you want to call it. Let's wipe this off. All right, let me grab this. Let's clean this knife off. Okay. All right, that's cleaned off. Let's mix these. Oh yeah, that's a green, all right. That's a green. Yep. And those are both transparent, yeah? Yeah, they are. Okay. All right, so... Okay. So there's the green that's going to be the bottom. It still kind of relates. All right, so same thing. Just going to get a bunch of it on the brush. Start working it in. No real mystery to what I'm doing here. This is the same as the top. Just get in there. Okay, a little more. Get in the corner here. I don't really know what that Payne's Gray is going to do to it, but we'll see. We'll just see. Get a bit more. Punch there. Get that worked in down here where the mist is going to be. Come up. Work that through. Oh yeah, you can see it a little bit. Alright. Get more in there. Come on, let's get that in there. Okay. Really get this color in. Okay. Make sure we're in there. Alright, middle, and then we'll have to do up there once I take the tape off, but let's sure the rest is done first. Whew, okay. No, well, I have to go back up there anyway. Hold on. Okay. Oh, good. We're good there. Good. Good. I can't tell with that one. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Yep. 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 Okay. Well, I know I have to go back up there. Hold on. Okay. Jeez, my hands. I can't use these. Okay. I think I'm good. I think I have enough in there. I think. Ah, you know what? Let's do a little more. It really can't ever hurt to have it. Just, it's not like I really mind having a lot of color in here. See, you can tell I don't have enough up there. I can see that. But I'm going to go back up there in a minute. Let's work a little bit more in here. Hit the edges. Just in case. I'm kind of trying to look at it with the angle of the light. But that really can't tell you everything. Okay. Alright, let's get this tape off. Where's the edge of that? Not that, no. Be this side. Okay. Let's get this off. And then I'm going to put the paint in there. There we go. Okay. Very nice. Okay. Alright, let's get that paint in there. Gotta be a little careful here. Just a bit. I mean, not that it really matters if I get some up there, but I don't want to blend anything, you know what I mean? That's where I gotta be a little careful. And there's not gonna be mist up here anyway. It's just gonna be the water. I think I picked a little bit up. That's okay though. Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna worry about it. Just trying to be, yeah, you can see there's a little bit there because the brush picked a little bit up. That's okay though. We should be fine. Get some in there. Okay, there we go. All right, okay, now let's wash this. Wash this. Wait, did I miss some down there? Hold on a minute. I can't tell. I may have missed the bottom. You know what? Here. Rather than have to redo that whole brush, let's grab the little brush here. Let's work that in. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's good. I can see where I missed it on the top too. Okay, yeah, okay. We get a little more. Just work that in like that. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah. All right, good, good, good. Okay. Hold on, I'm putting a brush in my mouth, so. Hold on. Okay, okay. Clean this one. We'll get the waterfall in there. Then we'll do the mist on the bottom, which I think is going to be basically just white. And it should pick the color up, so it should be okay. Then this part of the painting will be done, because the rest is going to be with acrylic pens, just like the other one. So, yeah, pretty close to the end here. Okay, so now, waterfall. Waterfall, we're going to use, the rest of this is going to be in white. So we'll use the fan brush. Let's get that other palette. Okay, let me move this real careful. Okay, bring this back. Let's get white. Oh, and those colors and these transparents. I have an idea. We'll see if it's really, really a stupid idea in a minute. Might be. Might be. Probably gonna need more white than that. Okay, let's see. This could be a really, really bad idea, what I have in mind. We'll find out. We're gonna find out. Just making sure, yeah, that's dry. Let's get just pure white, real easy. No mixing, no nothing, just getting pure white on the brush. And then trying to line up with the moon. And we're just going to go straight down. We're going to try to go straight down. I'm not really great at doing the straight thing. I've messed this up a lot of times. A lot of times. It's just going to be straight down. And then straight down. You can see it is picking up some of that background color, and that's good. And we're just going straight down where the moon is. And then, let's see, hold on, I want to see where I am on the moon as far as the edges. That's pretty close. Okay. Okay, so let's do one more on this side like that, just to give it that nice brightness. That's fine, because this is all going to be missed down here either, so I don't really care how far down it comes. I do want a little bit of variation, so I won't do it completely the same everywhere. But okay. And then to indicate that this is like the falls, let's get a little more white on there. And we're just going to do a little bit of, just push this a little bit to the top. So it looks like it's like foaming and coming up here. So let's put that in there. So it looks like this is like the falls are cresting and crashing a little bit. It's another good reason not to make the bottom color too different, is you don't want it to be too contrasty here. So like that's the top of the falls where it's like falling over. And I'm thinking about something. You know what? We're going to put a rock. You're not going to be able to see it because it's not going to be there yet, but we're going to have one part where there's going to be a rock here, and this is going to come over that side of the rock. This will come over on that side of the rock. And that, there, I will put that in there later with the paint pen. And we'll just do a little bit again of some crashing here where it's hitting the rock and foaming up a bit. You just can't see the rock yet because it's not there, but it will be. It will be. Now it has to be. So I've forced myself to have to put a rock in there by doing this. There we are. So I'll give a little bit of a nice edge to it. You know what? Maybe I'll do... Well, there's going to be rock in there anyway, but maybe I will do like this. Maybe we'll do one more on each side where it's coming over like that. And that will be on each side where there will be stones or a cliff. Yeah, and then again, just a little bit of foam and crashing there to indicate that it's hitting the rock and coming over. See, and I'll be drawing in the rock. So the stone will all be here in black or in browns or whatever, but it'll be there. But you can't see it now. It's not there now. So that's the waterfall. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is take the small fan brush, this one, and to get the reflection of the light of the color. Now this is the tricky bit. This I've never tried before. So I'm going to take a little bit of each color and kind of run it into the waterfall. So let's start with the purples, because it's going to basically more purple here, more red here, and then cross over. So let's take a little of this purple, just a bit of it, and it's transparent. So let's see here. All right, so I'm just trying to blend in a little bit of that color of the moon, say just a bit, just to give it some of the, like almost like a reflection of it. Might need a little bit more than I had there. Got to be careful though, I don't want to destroy the white color. So I'm just kind of trying to blend that in. Oh, that's nice. Let's see, just like that. There we are. Just a little bit, just to give it that color, and then, you know, I can pop a little bit of it in here too. So it's reflecting a bit. See, just how there's a little bit of it, not a ton, and now we gotta go with the red. So now we'll take the red, which I am expecting to be very strong because it's a strong red, but that's not a bad thing. And again, we'll pop a little bit up there, and then we'll just bring that down. Bring it in here. Oh yeah, see? That's what I was looking for. Just a nice kind of See, pulling some of that color down, so it's, I'm not going to do it down here. This is going to be a little bit in front so it wouldn't catch it, but this I wanted to have it. So just kind of blend that through. Let's bring that a little bit down so it looks like it's there. So now we have some of the color of the moon in there. And that's really, you know what, I'll put some white. I should have done that. I should have done that. Yeah, you know what, screw it. Hold on. I got an idea. I'm going to put some more white over it just to ensure that it stays in the background. So let me clean these brushes really quick. And let's do this fan brush. I'm not going to need the small one again. Do the large one. And luckily these brush handles are small enough that I can talk around the brush. As you know, that's great audio quality. Alright, let's do that. Okay. Ready? Okay. So, dry these off, but I'm only going to need the big one. Let's go back into white, just pure white. And honestly, in this case, a little bit of paint thinner won't hurt because it'll make the paint go over. So actually, that's fine if there is paint thinner in there. Yeah, see? There we go, there we go. Oops, straighten that out. There we go. And that's what I'm looking for, is I just want to have a little bit of a overage to it. So there's just, there we are. Just let those colors recede a bit. Yeah, I'm still going to end up having used, oh no, I'm going to need more white. That's all right. It's okay. There we are. Yep, that'll do it. And then I can basically put a little bit there. Oh, I can use the knife for that. I shouldn't need this again. So let's wash this brush. And then what I'll do is, actually, you know what? I'm not going to bother. I think I'll leave it at, or maybe, now that I'm looking at it, hold on. Oh no, I can do it with the pen. I can do it with the pen. I keep forgetting. Now that I'm going to use the acrylic pen, some of the detail stuff I really shouldn't do with the brushes in case I screw it up. I can just do it with the pen and get the fine control that I want. So let's dry this. And then we're going to take the oval brush right here. There we go. We're going to go right into this white here. Just pure white. And we're going to get some mist on the bottom here. Sorry, this is going to be a funny angle. So I'm just going to do this, and then this is going to all become mist. Mist at the bottom of a waterfall. Get some more white here, and that's why you want that background color with that transparency. How it's picking that up? That's exactly what you want. So I just do this, and that's all going to be misted out. So let's do a little bit more in here. Lighter, and this is all going to become mist. Okay. Yep. Okay, let's do a little bit more of the pure white right up here. Just to keep that nice and light. Yeah. Just a little bit of that. Okay. Okay, that's it. So now, clean this brush off, come in and mist that out, and we will be done with this part. Yep. This part one will be done. That just has to dry for a couple weeks. Especially in the cold, it's going to take a while. But that's all right, because I can work on the other one that's drying now. Okay, let's dry this real well. Try that real well. Okay, let's just check. Good. Okay, here we go. Let's get in here. And now let's just start misting this out. Ah, yeah. There we are. See? Just soften that out. See how it's picking up that background color? Yeah. That's what I wanted. With those harsh kind of top edges. But just kind of circles, just circles. That's all this is just making circles. Just have that come up in there. works up into there. Just keep going. Move right into here. And then work that up into there. And you see how that just automatically picks up that blue and green color in the background and just mists it out. You know, I don't even know if I want those hard edges. I think I'm just going to go ahead and mist this thing all the way up. I don't think I need hard edges down here. I think I like the idea of this all just being mist. I've done this before too. I've gone back and forth on this, where I thought I wanted the hard edges and then I did all mist, and I kind of like it. So I think I'm just going to do that here and just have that mist come up, because there's really going to be nothing down here, so the more mist the better, really. So just bring that up, have that come into the waterfall, just kind of blend all this in. There we go. Not worry about that. And then just do the same thing here, where we just bring this up, and that'll just become this nice big misty part. So actually the nice part is, not that I'm not going to pretend I actually planned this way, because I mean, come on, we all know at this point I don't really plan much of anything, or at least not as well as it happens by accident, let's say it like that. But what's actually good is that all these colors are kind of related except for the moon, so the moon really stands out. Gives it this weird quality, which I think is good. I think it makes it a nice kind of focal point. Again, I'm not going to pretend I had any of that planned. That would be giving myself way too much credit. Yep, so you got mist, and see, this is a slightly different color than this, but they feel like they're all of the same thing. Okay, yeah. Almost would be interesting to... I'm going to try something here. Maybe it's a dumb idea. Probably is. Just curious what this would look like. Oh, you know what? It's okay. I don't mind that. It gives a little bit of a deeper foreground color thing. Okay. That could have been a really bad idea, but instead, I think it's all right. Just to kind of give it a little bit of a corner thing happening. Just splotch that through. Not a lot. It doesn't have to be a ton. Just a little bit of difference in the color. There we go. Just enough so that it feels like there's a little bit of depth to it. That's it, everybody. That's it. So there you go. Let me see if that, hopefully you get a good angle of that. But that's part one. There will be more that I'm going to come in with the acrylic pens. I'm going to create like a rocky surface here, and it'll come in. And then there'll be rock there, and then I'll just kind of do some detail stuff in here and have this look like, I don't know, like a landscape of some kind. And then the moon too, I'll do something where I'm gonna make the edges cleaner with a black pen where I can, and then try to do something in here and see how it works. But basically, that is pretty much it. So yeah, I think that came out all right. Okay. That's it, everybody. Now I'm going to attempt to stop the thing running if I can figure out how. Hopefully, as usual, this was entertaining to watch. I really hope it was. And that'll actually tell me if I got a good angle on the canvas, too. I mean, I'll take a picture. Oh, okay, wait. All right, there we're back a little bit. There you go. Now you can see all of it. There you go. And on that note, I'm going to stop recording now.